I only pressed one simple button, and the world forgot my name. Where the glowing screen was breathing, only silence still remains. When the notifications faded, nothing happened in this room. In that quiet, empty moment, I began to feel untrue. Between the reads and all the likes, I cut myself in pieces small. At the end of numbered days, where was I inside it all? On a night without connection, I'm still searching for my face. Without anyone to witness, I am standing in this place. Even if my name is missing, my heart never learns to stop. Even in the dark unseen, I am more than what I've lost. When the signals disappeared, I finally understood. I wasn't lonely, I was scared of being gone for good. On the sentences they wrote, I placed my fragile days, nodding softly in the shadows of I'm fine and I'm okay. In the warmth of belonging, I leaned on borrowed light, holding things to stay upright that were shaking me inside. When I looked at who I was, no one watching, no one near. Past the darkened window frame, I felt my breathing reappear. I don't need to shine forever, I don't need to be complete. There's a road that leads me home, still waiting under me. On a night without connection, I will never disappear. I'm a quiet living ember, not defined by numbers here. Even if no one records me, I am standing in my place. In the silence of disconnection, I remain in my own name. I'll log in again tomorrow, I'll be trembling once more. But now I know I won't be gone when I'm offline from the world.
Yeah. I learned to breathe with permission first. Couldn't walk alone without you good words. Yeah. Learned to move before I learned my face. Read the room before I knew my place. Is this right? Did I do okay? No reply and my world would shake. Yeah. Heavier than grades was their stare. Parent standards floating in the air. My emotions on airplane mode. Their reactions holding the remote. Maxed out sense, calculating trends. Picking safe answers, avoiding bends. Comfort grew, but questions died. What do I want left behind? Is this good enough? Do I look alright? My life's verdict, always in their sight. Success, normal, growth be right. Forward, sell, build my life. Is this good enough? Where am I inside? Lost my name in a perfect disguise. Tonight I break this quiet cage. This prison made of I'm fine. soft dependence. Padded walls turn to chains when seasons call. Fear went low, my voice went mute. Judgment got permanently outsourced in my head. Full-time judges stay scoring my life every day. Even alone I'm never free. Autoplay criticism on repeat. After log out, empty frame. No definition, no last name. Crutches build my identity. Can't stand without dependency. Now I walk slower than before, playing my doubts on the floor. Is this star really mine? Whose voice lives in my mind? Yeah. Answers late and that's okay. It's my heartbeat finding its way. Signals hidden in anxiety. Proof that I'm alive in me. I don't deny where I came from. That support got me this far, no lie. But now I know for sure this time a crutch ain't meant to be my spine. I'm not standing perfect yet, but I shift my weight myself instead. Not their rules, not their design. Building my world brick by mine. I don't ask now, do I look fine? I ask instead, am I alive? It's okay to shake, I'm learning self-trust tonight. Yeah, breaking out slow from the prison of
used to stand on somebody else's map, like a pencil mark, tracing their lines. If I lived like them, would it hurt less? If I smiled like them, would I be fine? A little calculator beating in my chest, calling it admiration while I erased myself. Every time I had to choose, I asked the wrong thing. Now what do I want? But what would they pick? On the late night bus, window turned to glass, I saw a face that didn't know its way. I chose the safer dream, laid my fears to sleep, and lived another day without my name. Today I choose myself, the side that might be wrong. Today I choose myself, even if it takes too long. No borrowed answers, no borrowed voice. I write my life by my own choice. Today I choose myself. Their applause became my measure, their failures became my relief. I was breathless in a race I never entered to begin with. Instead of who played who I should become, performing every day like it was enough. Someone else was dreaming, someone else was proving, someone else was winning for me. I sat in the back row clapping safely, learning how to live secondhand. But there was always one empty seat, and it carried my name. Today I choose myself, not the safer road. Today I choose myself, even if I walk alone. I can erase, I can rewrite as many times as it takes Birds scratch the night. Old chairs breathe in silence. So many smiles around, but my name was missing on the chord called we. So many stacked up tones behind the word harmony, unresolved dissonance. When every head aligns, I hide my tempo inside a comfortable groove. I fall behind in a muted chorus. I slowly fade away, drowning in harmonies. My color turns to gray on a safe scale of sounds. One lonely note remains tonight. I cry in solo tones when anger rises. My heart follows. When silence falls, my words collapse inside easy progressions of loyalty and good. Thoughtless kindness covers the city. Lights go out, only the metronome stays. My questions stand outside the beat. Was it anger I wanted, or just a place to belong? I think a little differently. Silence fills the stage in that quiet space. For the first time, my note stands up beyond the muted chorus. I remain connected, but not erased. I call my name again out loud. No more cry, only me. The brushes stop. What's left is one breath. I'm still playing. I'm still playing. I'm still playing. I don't feel the day anymore. I breathe in graphs and lines. I only smile when the signal says everything's fine. My feelings never update, only records remain. I learned how to save myself before I learned my name. Save me, and I called it survival. I called it being strong. I turned my heart into data and filed it where it belonged. Belonged. I gave my heart to probability, so I won't be wrong tonight. I let the numbers choose for me what's safe and what is right. with a practice smile on every comparison chart. My face begins to fade. I grow more accurate and less human every day. Less human. I trusted averages more than my own dreams. I learned to believe in futures that didn't include me. Without me, I gave my heart to probability for a flawless tomorrow. I chose survival over living, borrowed joy, borrowed sorrow. I disappeared politely so I wouldn't fall apart. Buried in the data, trying to breathe in the dark. Breathe in the dark. One night when every number slept, I was the only one awake, left to weep with reasons and excuses stacked inside my head. I forgot to ask myself where I really was. Am I? Now I want my heart back, even if I'm wrong, even if I'm shattered, I'll still be strong. With clumsy choices and fragile days, I'll walk into uncertainty my own way. With an unmanaged heartbeat, with imperfect fire, I'll live inside the noise of my own desire. My own desire. I'm still shaking, still unsure, but now I'm driving, not the score. No more averages, no more lines. I'll follow the rhythm that says I'm erase the numbers, no footprints left in the sand. I wore my standards like chains around my neck, like a crown of iron. For so long I thought I was standing, but I was only a shadow hanging on a wire. The wind came, the knots came loose, and silence fell. The lights went out, the map disappeared, only the moon remained. And for the first time my heartbeat had no name. When the moon erased the numbers, I was still there. I wasn't broken, just unlayered. But in a night with nowhere to run, I held myself. Dissolving, just here. When the moon erased the numbers, this wasn't the end. I was walking back, barefoot. When the moon erased the numbers, slow, unfinished, imperfect. After collapse, I do not abandon myself. Dumb, dumb again. After the collapse, I didn't grow stronger. Something else disappeared. The rail, the numbers, the hands that pushed my back. The hallway stretched too long to measure, and my footsteps came back to me. When to begin, when to stop. Every question echoed my name. Independence isn't freedom, it's the absence of a hand to hold. Knowing I might be wrong, still calling my own name. Shaken, but I stand. There were nights I wanted to return to breathing by score, moving inside comparison, safe inside someone else's direction. I used to be fast when the path was chosen. Now I stand beneath a bleeding street light, rain stitching cold into my skin. My shirt clings, the air cuts slow, and no one calls me back. The moment I said, I don't know, I felt myself shrink, but I chose not to let go. Independence isn't completion, it's letting responsibility pass through your bones, knowing I might fall, still staying on my side. Shaken, but I stand.
listen, still standing.
I don't try to harden anymore. I don't fight the fall. I choose the way that comes back. Breathe. I thought shaking was something to erase. Anxiety was noise, hesitation a mistake. Stability looked like the only right answer. The more I leaned, the quieter it got. But the quieter it got, the lighter I became. The day I decided not to place my center outside myself. Balance, stop being still. It started to move till come back, till come back. I don't have to be strong to still be here. It's not about never falling, it's about not running. This shaking isn't the end, it's the beat of continuing. Swing back, still here. My choices take longer, my certainty runs thin. My steps lose rhythm sometimes. Freedom is heavier than it sounds. Every resolve falls on my side. Sometimes I want a structure with excuses, a place that explains me before I speak. But there, my way disappears. Standing isn't stiffness, it's resilience, knowing I could break and staying anyway. Not perfection, just continuing. Breathe, tilt, come back, imperfect but here. Shaking is proof of pulse. I don't have to be strong to remain. Continuing, continuing.